Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, I'm Michael Volpat. I am one of the co-founders of Big Bottom Market. And as you know, I've been doing this cooking show every single day, and I'll continue to do it, I promise, until this shelter-in-place order has been lifted. So thank you for watching. And Heather Prowse, who's on, thank you for watching from Canada. It's so wonderful. I'm international now. It's so awesome. So I'm going to start out by giving a shout out to somebody that's very important to me. My whole family is very important to me. My sister's awesome, Amy. Many of you know her. My mom and dad are great. But the one person that is so great and so awesome is my brother, Ray. As some of you may know, we have a family business, and he is the patriarch, and he's helping to run that business on a daily basis. And he employs a lot of people, and it's not easy. So, Ray, I want to say you're doing an amazing job, and I so appreciate, as does the rest of the family, everything you do for us and for Volpat Construction. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you to death, brother. Today, we are drinking Motion Vineyards wine. Well, I'm not drinking them this afternoon, but I'm going to talk through them. Motion is an amazing winery. It's on West Side Road here in Sonoma County. And West Side Road is absolutely gorgeous. And if you've ever driven down West Side Road, you'd know it's such a beautiful, wonderful place. Motion is a wonderful winery, and Amber and Rick, the owners, have become great friends, and they are absolutely incredible at making wine. Rick is an incredible, awesome winemaker. So they've given me 4 bottles of wine to talk through today, and I'm going to talk through them. I'm going to tell you about the deal that they're offering. So let's just get started and jump right in. This is a limited release bubbly. It's a lovely bottle. I love the pink label. It's perfect for Easter. So for Sunday Bubbly Sunday, maybe you should get some of this. This rests on its yeast for 4 years before they disgorge. And disgorge is the removal of the sediment from sparkling wine after fermentation. So it's a dry and elegant wine, and it's all estate-grown Pinot Noir, which means that it's all of Motion's land and their grapes. So estate-grown, amazing, highly recommended. It's dry, it's elegant, it's so delicious. Okay, so the next one, I love what Amber told me about this one. When she sent it to me, she sent me some notes about it, and she said that this is the sexiest wine Pinot that Rick has ever made. I love that. So this sexy Pinot is amazing, and it's a really good value. It's a estate Pinot Noir, just like this is an estate bottle of wine. And it's really good value at $42 for a Russian River Valley Pinot that comes from West Side Road. Juicy, silky, and aromatic to the moon. So amazing. I highly recommend it. It also got a double gold. So great on that. Okay, now let's look at these 2 wines. These are another 2 favorites of mine. I'm a huge Zinfandel fan. This 2014 Zin is absolutely amazing. I love the deep, rich colors of Zinfandel. I love the pepperiness of a Zinfandel. It's so good. And this is a wine club favorite, according to Amber. So again, another wine club that you can join. Since you're away, you can get wine in the mail. That's perfect. Deep, rich, like I said, just such a great representation of what a Zinfandel should absolutely be. So awesome, awesome wine here. This is their sister brand, West Side Crossing. So look at the label. That's the bridge on West Side Road. It's one of those single lane bridges. It's really cool and beautiful, and so reminds me of West County, Sonoma. I love how you have to stop before you can drive through because somebody else might be coming the other way, but it literally is steps away from Motion Vineyards and their tasting room. $21 a bottle, great value. Very, very, it's a restaurant and retail wine, so you can get it from Motion, or you can get it, I think, in the stores. I know that Amber's watching, so Amber, where else besides Motion can people get these wines? Classic Sauvignon Blanc, crispy, easy to drink, totally amazing. Such a great wine. I highly recommend it. And Motion is offering a deal. It's $5 flat rate shipping when you use the code SIPSonoma and order at motionvineyards.com, MOSHIN vineyards.com. Again, I will have the link ready and raring to go for you so you can see that. So, Amber, Rick, thank you so much for these great wines. I will be enjoying them tonight. Not all of them, but some of them. Okay, let's get to the food. So today we are making a cheesesteak. I was going to say that my friend John Morrison, hi John, my friend John Morrison said to me that he wanted me to do a Philly cheesesteak. And my next door neighbor, Brian, is from Philadelphia, deep roots in Philly. And when I told him that I was going to do that, he kind of rolled his eyes and he was like, you can't make a Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, why not? He's like, because it's not going to be a Philly cheesesteak. Only people in Philadelphia can make a Philly cheesesteak. So I'm making a cheesesteak, but it's not Philly. But I can't talk about Philadelphia without talking about Pittsburgh, which is why I have black and gold on today. My family, like I said, is all from Pittsburgh, so go Steelers. Not that I know anything about football. And I also, decided to use yellow peppers to also kind of match the Steeler theme. So this is easy to make. There are some steps that go into it if you want to make it exactly the way that I'm making it, and the ingredients I'm going to talk you through. So one of the ingredients that we're going to use today is this lemon garlic aioli. Now, that's in my cookbook called Biscuit, which you can get by clicking Shop Now right there on our website or on our Facebook page. You can just go to bigbottommarket.com. But I'm going to talk you through how to make it. It's super simple. So it's 1 to 2 garlic cloves. I'm reading the recipe because I didn't memorize it. 4 eggs, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1.5 cups of canola oil, 2.5 cups of extra virgin olive oil, and then 4 large eggs. Now, you can do this in a blender or you can do it in a Cuisinart. So if you're doing it in a Cuisinart or a blender, you want to make sure that the top is open. Same thing with the Cuisinart. You're going to put all the ingredients inside either the blender or the Cuisinart, or all the ingredients except for the oil inside each of these or one of these contraptions. And then as it's on, you're going to start to slowly pour the oil in and the aioli will form that way. It's really a fascinating experiment in making your own aioli or mayonnaise, as some of us call it. So I'm going to have the recipe for this online. You'll be able to see it. The next thing you need is, put this back here, peppers and onions. Now, some recipes called for just onions, some recipes called for peppers and onions. Peppers and onions remind me of home. It reminds me of my mom, who is an amazing chef or cook. She makes peppers and onions and sausage all the time. So I decided to do peppers and onions in my cheesesteak, my not Philly cheesesteak, I should call it. So these are really easy to make. I do them on the stovetop in a pan with a little bit of olive oil from my friends at Olive Queen. We sell this for retail on our Etsy shop as well. So you basically saute these in olive oil on lower heat and continue to stir for about 30 or 40 minutes until they get this golden brown, gorgeous color. They're so delicious. They're caramelized. They taste sweet, and it's a perfect combination with the rest of the ingredients. Now, of course, the meat is really important. And here's what I do. I get a ribeye, and I get it thinly sliced, and then I thinly slice it as well. So here's how I do it. I put my knife on the bias like this, and then just slowly cut into it like that. I also do this whenever I make Asian food with chicken. Do you ever notice that the chicken is always really, really thin? And my friend who owns a Chinese restaurant taught me how to do this, is just slicing it on the bias like this, and it really kind of comes out, and it will be easier to eat, in my opinion. So let me just finish slicing this up. All right, like that. There's a little big piece of fat in here, and while that might be good in some cases, it's too big, so I'm going to get rid of it. If you like a lot of gristle like that, then by all means, go for it. Okay. I think we have all of our, get rid of that fat there. Okay, I've also generously put a salt and pepper onto this meat as well. The other thing that you need, got to get your pan hot, so we'll get that hot, is provolone cheese. Now, I've read a number of articles before doing this, and the cheese was resoundingly provolone, but I also saw people put American cheese on and like Cheese Whiz on. Listen, I ate SpaghettiOs and I made them the other day, but Cheese Whiz I'm not a fan. And then everyone said a very, very, very soft roll. Okay. So I'm going to move this over so you can see how I do this. Okay. Have a good view of the pan and my pans that I hang like Julia Child. So my pan is getting pretty hot and I'm going to get oil in there first. So you want to put about a couple tablespoons or a tablespoon of oil, depending on how much meat you have. Swirl that around like that. Turn that down a bit. And then I'm going to put little piles in here. Okay? I'm going to do 2 of these. So this recipe that I have for you will make about 4. You want to be careful that it doesn't all stick to the pan. And if you want to use a non-stick pan, this could be a lot easier. Brian was telling me, and I read online too, that most of these sandwiches are made, a little more meat. Most of these sandwiches are made on kind of on more of a skillet. Not a skillet, oh God, what's that flat surface called that you cook on? A griddle. There we go. Yeah, so you want to cook this to your desired doneness. Now, because this meat was really thin, it's gonna cook up pretty fast. Okay, get a little more meat here, and I like my meat rare, so I'm gonna get some other ingredients on there. It's not gonna be rare like you normally have a rare piece of meat. A little handful of these peppers and onions. Right like that. Handful of peppers and onions, right like that. And then finally, you're going to top this off with a little bit of provolone cheese. Look at that. Okay, now cover. Oh, that's not a good cover. Find a good cover, cover it so that the cheese can melt, or so it doesn't, you can stand there like this and hold it. I don't have the right cover for this. Oh well, mistake. Then what you're gonna do is once this is done, you're going to put aioli on your soft roll and just put this right inside and serve. Delicious and amazing. So with that, I will let you go. Thank you so much. As usual, you will have the recipe online and some interesting links for you to follow. And I hope that everyone enjoys. Look at that, how that's melting and looking great. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks again for watching.